His car veers over and cuts me off and forces me into an island.
No!
Lance and I both jumped out of the car. A shot blasted off. Lance yells, "Gun, gun!"
We are back at it again. Go see my friend Liz Hayes Sandwich, what they call me. Let's get straight into it. The downfall of Diddy. I thought I'd never see the day, but the time has come, as there is an episodic documentary series on the downfall of Diddy from one of the most well-known hip-hop music execs in music history to now he might rot in jail. For those that want to know why, we're about to watch it together. Episode 1, I believe it's called The Making of a Mogul. That being said, let's go.
Once he leaves, I see the aftermath on Cassie. She has knots on her head, bruised eye, busted lip.
Wow.
It was horrific. And so all I can think of was, we need to get back to my house. You need to get the out of here. We can't call the police. We can't go to the hospital. We're scared of Puff. We're always scared of him. What I witnessed was in 2010. And then in 2024, I watched the CNN video and I was completely triggered.
Right.
Because I did not know that this was going on for all these years.
Because that was 2016, the video. So at least 6 years that's probably been going on, which is crazy.
FBI agents raided his homes in Los Angeles and Miami.
The embattled rap Mogul is in custody after he was arrested last night in the lobby of a luxury Manhattan hotel.
Cassie coming forward was a tipping point.
Several new accusers coming forward against Sean Diddy Combs.
Accusing Combs of abusing, threatening, and coercing women for years.
He was very good at standing in the limelight without us actually taking a look deeper and seeing who he is and what he is about.
Damn, that's a lot of people. Holy shit.
I was the first woman editor-in-chief of Vibe magazine.
That's right. Yeah.
A large reason for me sharing my story with everyone today is because it's my duty. And I'm also sharing it because of my unique position in music history. This is where I'm supposed to be. A cover shoot for Vibe, and that would have been right around September 1997. It was to be the December-January double issue of Vibe magazine. Everybody was at the photo shoot. A bunch of people from Vibe, a bunch of people from the Bad Boy universe. The idea was to get Mr. Combs into some angel wings. After the shoot,
That's crazy.
Mr. Combs wanted to see the covers before they were published. It was policy for us not to show covers to anyone before they were published. I told him that I wouldn't be making an exception. And he said that he would see me dead in the trunk if I did not show it to him.
What? Are you serious? What?
I said to him, you need to take that back. He said something to the effect of, he wasn't taking it back. He had actually, in the days before, come up to the Vibe offices with 2 tough guys looking for me. In order for my safety and in order for the magazine pages to remain intact. I was shuttled from office to office until the coast was clear. But the thing is, sitting right here, right now, I have no memory of any of that happening.
I'm sorry?
I don't remember, I was telling her. And she said, of course you don't, you blacked it out, you were terrified. Because I don't remember it right now.
We uncovered a history of abusive behavior that dates back to Diddy's days at Howard University.
Back to Howard?
there just seems so much more.
Sean
Profile.
Puffy Combs was well known on campus. He would ride on the back of cars, throwing out flyers for parties. If you wanted to go to the hottest party, then you saw and heard Sean Puffy Combs. I am absolutely nervous about sharing what I've seen him do to another human being.
Man,
He's powerful.
like a mob
And
boss.
he's scary.
This is crazy. I know it was this bad. The hell?
Now we're involved because now he's abusing her. So we're yelling, get off of her. Stop hitting on her.
Right.
Leave her alone.
Yeah.
And he's yelling back, mind your business, mind your business. But we're yelling back. Get off of her. Leave her the alone. He pushes her back into the doorway of the dorm. We don't know what's going on in that space. We can't see. Whatever he's doing takes a few minutes before he actually stops whatever he's doing, and then he leaves alone. And she follows out a little bit behind that. Nobody really actually came to her rescue like we probably should have. It's very important to tell that young woman's story because he was never held accountable.
Yeah.
Puff is at the forefront of sonically making that happen.
Puff Daddy, A&R director of Uptown. My
The
brother,
fresh.
let him know how easy or how difficult.
Man, look like a
or how
goofy look
blind,
at Diddy
or
right
how
here.
complicated it was to put this jam together. Really, it was no problem because all my black brothers and sisters came together.
You start to see the rise of Puff in the sort of hip-hop world, and he's also doing party promotion.
Sean said, shoot, I'm gonna have a celebrity basketball game with all the famous people playing. I'm gonna go convince Heavy D to be my partner in it, and we're gonna do it at City College.
All right, 98.7 KISS FM. You know, there's a big basketball game tomorrow.
You gonna be there, baby?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be crowded. It's gonna be packed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people coming to play in the celebrity basketball game. Jodeci, Boys the Men, Brand Nubian, LL Cool J.
Everyone you knew in all boroughs were talking about City College that night. They had to literally pull the door open, crush someone opening the door, and then start pulling people out into the gym, one by one, from one door open.
You see just a wave of people falling on the floor, fighting to breathe.
I have 4 people that are unconscious. I can't get pulse. I can't get them to breathe. I've been doing CPR on them. I have 3 people that are in shock. I have 2 people with broken bones. We need like 5 ambulances. We have about 7 people reported that aren't breathing. I mean, we have an emergency over here.
Wow. Whoa.
You got Pete.
My mom and my dad and myself went back to City College to identify Sonia's body. They showed us Polaroids, and someone tried to go over the top of the crowd, and clearly in the Polaroid, you can see the boot mark in Sonia's head.
White Heavy D Myers and Sean Puff Daddy Combs pointed the fingers at everyone but themselves.
Whatever must be done to ensure that this never, ever, ever happens again.
I know that he and Heavy D did not intend for that day to end that way.
Puffy clearly wanted to throw the biggest, best event, and he promoted the hell out of it. But he didn't do enough to protect the crowds of people that came out.
Yeah, it should have been more security.
Clearly, he had no interest on helping me keep Sonia's memory alive, or the other 8.
Young people, 15.
The City College incident for Puffy was a turning point in how people began to feel about him.
How did he survive
He asked one time, when is this ever going to be behind me? And I said, the more good you do.
In time, he becomes too big to be working with Andre. And so Andre fired him.
His gear was placed in the hallway, and they said, come get your gear.
What?
And I was like, whoa, so I guess I won't be hearing from him anymore.
And then I remember somebody saying, Puff is having a meeting with Clive Davis about starting a label. It was said in a way of like, that is so ridiculous.
He's like the white godfather of black music for the last 50 years. He sees an opportunity to bring Sean Combs' energy and gives him his own signature label, Bad Boy.
It was incredibly significant for a young black man to have his own label, and Puffy was in his 20s. That was incredible.
Crazy sounding. Look, listen to that.
Easy Mo B.
Like, dum, 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 dum.
Dun, dun, dun,
Then on the hook, I threw that loud siren in.
Wow.
It's special. I knew it was special. Puff was like, yo, I need some tracks for my new artist, Craig Mack. So I showed up with this tape. He played it. He said, yo, I will cut you a check for that right now. Know what I said, right?
What you said?
Sold.
So Combs' ideas with Biggie was, how can we make something that's very rowdy and of the streets?
I never thought it could happen. Rapping stuff. I was too used to packing cats and stuff.
Even though he's rhyming about standing on the corner, selling dope, we might be at a pool party. We're gonna make it look good and glamorous and fun. Those many juxtapositions in Biggie's repertoire, to me, are what made him work.
Puff was definitely like...
Suge Knight, he ran Death Row Records on the West Coast.
Two very, very different versions of moguls. Suge Knight, who was a legitimate scary figure.
Suge Knight goes back to jail.
Knight had been on probation for a 1992
with assault and battery.
And Sean Combs, who felt a little bit more cuddly to people, right?
What a lot of people don't realize is that Death Row was trying to set up Death Row East.
Death Row East.
They really thought they could come and take New York. And they tried.
We coming to the East Coast to overthrow the government y'all got right now, which is Bad Boy. Believe in Death Row East. Believe in that, for real.
That was a bold move. The feud was so bad at that time that you might be in trouble throwing up the W on the East Coast.
I came up in the music industry as a concert promoter. And one night I was at a place called PJ's up in Harlem. Some cat comes in promoting Death Row East. He has these bright white t-shirts and he's giving them away. And I was like, okay, I like that. Let me get one. And I threw it on. Later, we're going downtown.
I know where this is going.
I'm with Lance Calfe, who is my security. We get to the club, me and my Death Row East t-shirt. It was packed. An hour later, I come out of the club. We go across the street to my Jeep. We get in, I'm in the driver's seat, and Puffy pulls up in a sports car. He's in the passenger seat. And then he said to me, "What's up, b-?" I said, "Puff, man, I don't want nothing to do with you, man. Keep your drama to yourself." He said, "Nah, you a b-." And we proceed down the block. His car veers over and cuts me off and forces me into an island.
No!
Lance and I both jumped out of the car. A shot blasted off. Lance yells, "Gun, gun!" And I don't know who shot it. I leap over the island, and now it's a car chase. And I'm fighting for my life at this point. All I know is that I need to get away. And so I'm driving, I'm going down a one-way streets. I'm on the sidewalk at one point. It's a high-speed chase through Manhattan.
What? What the f?
You asked me earlier, like, why I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, I almost wouldn't be here, period. My whole future would be erased.
He was saying things like, turn around, let me see that.
All of a sudden, I just seen him out of nowhere, just punch her.
And God said to me, be still, you're about to get hit.
I truly believe monsters are not born. They're made.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, bro. As someone who's been an avid hip-hop fan for over 25, almost 30 years, hearing all the little stories about Diddy all this time, right? I had no idea it was that bad. Like, it was that bad. And the fact that Diddy ran into all these people and everybody was scared for their life to go to the authorities or say anything. Like, that's insane to me. Wow, like, I didn't even know, like, the fact that it started all the way back at Howard. Like, I never, this lets you know how good the PR team was or whatever, because I never knew about the incident at Howard. Nobody ever talked about that. Ever. The fact that he threw a celebrity basketball game at his college and had all these, well, yeah, he was alumni by that point, but threw a celebrity game at his former college, had all the celebs out, Jodeci, Heavy D, all these people, and he promoted it so good because he's a great promoter that there wasn't enough people to go inside. And because him and Heavy D just weren't thinking about, maybe we need to beef up security, maybe we need to have better organizers with us to regulate what's finna happen, the crowd not being let in goes crazy. It becomes a stampede and multiple people die. And again, I never heard of this ever. How is that possible? Like, nobody brings it up. Nobody has brung it up. That's a major deal. And again, like, I'm not, now that one, I'm not super like bad Diddy or right, because at the end of the day, it's kind of it really is an accident. Like, he wasn't going out there trying to have, he didn't go out there that day saying, oh, I hope 7, 8, 9 people die today. Like, so he has to take accountability for that, but that is something to where I'm like, I can't fault you only so much, because you're also dealing with college kids who probably were just a little bit too rowdy, you know, so, but the fact that I never heard that story not once, and I watched a billion like Diddy docs or Diddy documentaries, things of that nature, and nobody ever brought that up is insane to me. And the fact that it was like celebrities were involved, like Heavy D was involved, bro. RP Heavy D. But that's a major deal, and like, I've never heard that ever. So then he gets fired from Uptown, and he creates Bad Boy, which I did not know. Again, that's just me being bad in the research. Didn't know that Clyde Davis was involved. Creates Bad Boy, and the fact that he's just out here being a menace, the fact that he was at Howard beating up on a girl, and it was, that also was never reported. Like, wow. The fact that the person that came forward had to be disguised because it didn't feel safe enough to come forward tells a lot. That first person that came forward that told that first story of him being up on that girl with a belt, it's like, what? That nobody came to her rescue is messed up. That's kind of the epitome of what Diddy has been able to do. It starts there. The fact that you have witnesses, again, they're 18-year-olds, 18, they're teens. And they try to scream out for her to try to get Diddy to stop beating up on her or stop yelling at her, stop abusing her. And he basically ignored it. And try to put the witnesses in their place and continue to do whatever he did. That's scary, bro. Like all the way at Howard. He felt comfortable enough to do this at Howard. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Yeah, so going from that incident, which we don't know who that victim was, to the story about I know, I forget her name already. Because I know that face. She's definitely like one of the most respected journalists in hip hop that worked for Vibe magazine. I'll get it in a second. It was like, Dan. Let's see. Yeah, Danielle Wilson. Like, the fact, yo, that story was insane, bro. Like, all she was trying to do was just do her job. They did a photo shoot for Diddy, and this egomaniac, this narcissist, control freak wants to see the story in the cover of the magazine, and Danielle, the journalist, is like, we don't do that. Or the editor, like, we don't do that here. You'll see it once it's published. You'll see the story in editor. And the fact that he called up, like, you'll be in the back of a trunk? Like, what? You'll be in the back of a trunk if I don't see the cover and know the story that's being ran in the magazine? And then went up to that Vibe magazine, went up to the office with two dudes trying to find her, and they had to basically put her low-key in witness protection over a magazine cover, dog? And the fact that she doesn't even remember this. She doesn't remember having to basically play keep away from Diddy so that he wouldn't take the magazine in the cover. The fact that she blacked out, which I thought she was about to go into another route of being like she might have took something or she might have taken something and somebody might have did something, but she just said she blacked out. She doesn't remember it, which I find out to be very odd. And that's crazy. Like, she legit says, I cannot remember me trying to escape from Diddy. I can't remember it. And I had to be told what happened that day. That's like, wow. Wow. That is scary. Like, that is very scary. Like, if you've seen, now I might have to do a review of Blink Twice, because this sounds very much like Blink Twice. This like, if you have, like, we'll probably have to do it sometime this weekend. Probably I'll do a review of that movie, which I think gives a great kind of template or example of kind of what's been going on in Hollywood. But anyway, so again, Daniel, like, and the fact that she kept working with him after that, that's where I'm like, damn, they're like, why did you keep working with him? But it's at the point to where, like, she couldn't escape him. Like, if you want to work in hip hop, he's one of the biggest, if not the biggest name in hip hop. You cannot avoid him. At this time, bigger than Jay-Z, bigger than, I don't even know who else it would have been at the time. bigger than any other hip hop exec. Suge kind of was done once Pac died. So he's like the big head honcho in hip hop music. You have to work with him to an extent. It's like, damn, that's crazy. That's just crazy. And then you get to him almost damn near causing a car crash, then allegedly having a shootout trying to kill somebody because a DJ had the nerve to be wearing a Death Row East shirt. Like, what? Like, bro. And this is just episode 1. This is just episode 1. I knew it was bad, but I did not know it was this bad. Like, I didn't know it was this bad, bro. Like, it's this bad. Like, son. We're only in episode 1. Yeah, so I don't even know I don't even know where to go from here except get ready to watch episode 2. Definitely go get the Patreon. There's no way I can put this up on YouTube. So to watch the whole see the whole watch along, definitely go on my Patreon. Link below in regards to that. But yeah, let me tell you something. This is scary, bro. Like, this is like, I'm legit, like, I'm in shock over just a few things that is in this doc. Again, it's in episode 1. And the thing is, all this stuff is damn near outside of the DJ story, right? Because I don't know if that, like, he filed anything. Everything else is pretty much confirmed. Like the journalist that worked at Vibe, that's pretty much confirmed. What happened at Howard, that's confirmed. The witnesses that was at Howard, like, so we like multiple stories, multiple different people, multiple witnesses. Like, it just makes you think, how did he get away with this for so long? Makes you think of Breaking Bad. Like, how he keeps getting away with this? Like, how did he get away with this for so long? That's why I can't wrap my head around. So yeah, this is just episode 1, the making of a Mogul. About to watch episode 2 on Patreon. I'm just in shock, dog. I'm in shock. So yeah, let's get ready to watch episode 2. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts if you've seen it. Let me know your thoughts. If anybody was around during this time in the 90s, or if anybody was around during this time, the Howard days, the Bad Boy days in the 90s, definitely let me know. Did you hear any of this? Like, comment, subscribe, shit, all the things are the things. Ain't gotta go home. Do gotta get this step in. Peace.
I know gold is not in her. She's a